Hey, so we're going to do a quick and dirty starter solenoid troubleshooting video today. I got a question about it, and it's quicker to make a 5-minute video than it is to type 15 paragraphs on a phone. So what your solenoid does is when you get 12 volts to right here, let me see. This will work. Find a spot. Here we go. So what your starter solenoid does, right, is you have power from the battery, you have power from the relay, and then you have a wire going straight to your starter, right? So what this does is you use your starter relay to send a higher amperage signal to your solenoid to pull in an electromagnet, right? And then when that electromagnet pulls in, it connects and you send high fucking voltage, we're talking like 50 amps, that's why you have those big old wires in there, from your battery to your starter. And then when you let off of the switch, your relay comes apart, your starter solenoid comes apart. The whole purpose for the relay is your starter switch itself can't handle the amperage that the relay needs to make, you need to make your starter solenoid operate, so the relay does that. So you got low amperage to medium amperage to high amperage is kind of what we're jumping around here, right? And that's the way these are set up from the factory. So now let's look at how to troubleshoot it. A lot of times, if you get a newer, better switch, you can kind of do without the relay. A lot of times you might not have a relay, whatever. Anyways, solenoid. Hit the button, you get a click. That click is your relay. So your relay is pulling in, you can hear that, right? We've all had that happen in the car. You get a little drunk, leave your battery on, out partying in the woods, whatever. Go to start your truck the next morning, click. Solenoid pulls in, don't have voltage to move your starter. Anyways, we'll get 12 volts right here, like it said in the diagram. So we check this for voltage. I'm in the middle of rewiring this bike, so we don't have voltage. We don't have a battery in. But you would take your ground it to something, right? Something metal, and right there, and you would get 12 volts. Now, what you need to do to get that 12 volts is you reach up with your other hand and push your starter and pull your relay in. If you have 12 volts right there, and you get that click, then your starter relay is working correctly. Easy way to troubleshoot that without having to remove your battery box to get to your relay. Now, next thing we need to do is check your starter solenoid. So, like I said, your starter solenoid, here's one, and right here there is a big chunk of cone-shaped metal. For whatever reason, I can't find a spare one of those, but here's a spare solenoid. You see what you're looking at, right? So if you pull this off, you're going to have your little cone metal piece there, and you can slide a new solenoid on without screwing with everything inside. It's real easy. It's just 2 bolts. You're probably going to have to pull off your coil pack to get to them. Not a bad job, but you want to test this. So what this does, like we just looked at in our diagram, is you take 12 volts that go here from your relay. You have 12 volts here from your battery, right? So when this energizes from your relay, it pulls your electromagnet in, right? And it connects. And when that thing connects in there, what that does is it jumpers from here to here, right? And that sends power to your starter. Now, you can jumper from your relay, if you have 12 volts going to it, to your starter solenoid. And you can do that with a screwdriver. So now we're going to test your solenoid. Can you do this? Boink. It's going to spark. It's going to make some crazy noises. It's going to turn over. You're jumpering from here to here, and you're taking this electromagnet out of the equation, right? So now you have 12 volts going through, and you're making it. Or I'm sorry, let's see, which one of these goes to the battery? Yeah, this one goes to the battery. So yeah, point that way. And that's it, and it works. So if you can do that and start it when you have 12 volts here and there, but your switch isn't working and you can hear your relay click, you need a new solenoid.